Greetings and welcome to the Prime Directive. I'm your host, Jeff. My co-host as always, Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hello.
So, Strange New Worlds, episode 4, season 2. What'd you think?
I thought this one was good. Yeah. I think this was probably a pretty, serviceable, standard kind of episode of Strange New Worlds. I don't know if I'm going to remember it too much. I don't know if it's going to stand out too much against the rest of season 2.
I like the whole, I don't know, I thought the story was kind of a Star Trek story.
Yeah. Which
was a nice change sometimes.
No, and I don't want to come down too hard on it, but it felt like, this Star Trek episode. That's what Star Trek episodes look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? We need a few bad TOS episodes in this for it to eventually line up.
Yeah.
Please make it stop. Somebody, make it stop. Make it stop. Make it stop.
This episode went on for some time.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like a longer episode, so... I mean, there were times where they were just dragging out some scenes that didn't need to be that long.
Yeah.
But there were more things that I think they could have explored.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I'm just talking about Chapel sleeping in Spock's quarters, being like, it feels like I belong here.
Yeah, we've already done that.
Yeah.
I was actually assuming this was going to be the Spock and Chapel making out episode from the trailer.
No.
Because that would make sense.
No, they'll have their memories for that, because it can't make sense.
Captain's personal log, stardate 1630.1. Enterprise is currently assisting the USS Cayuga in a joint mission, charting a new binary system.
Episode starts out with relationship stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pike and his girl.
Mm-hmm.
Pike's like, oh, you're getting in shit because of the whole Una trial that you legally won.
No, she lost.
Yeah, I guess, she lost.
Mm-hmm.
Happily, though.
Yeah.
I don't get why that Vulcan dude is so vengeful. Isn't that like an emotional response?
I don't know. Some of those Vulcans.
That's why his dad doesn't like him either.
Yeah, must be.
Well, apparently there are concerns.
What, do they mean us, or?
This is Judge Advocate Spock. It's punishing me.
For Una's trial. Yeah, so it is about us.
Okay, first can we just eat?
She walked out on dinner, too. I was like, enjoy the food. He's a great chef.
Well, I guess Pike kind of pissed her off.
She just picks up the plate, be like, I'm taking this to go.
Yeah.
Loses something in the transport, the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. We got to see a little dynamic of the two ships and like how they're constantly being called. She didn't get her Commodore spot. Who would want to be a Commodore? For one, you have to be incompetent. Captains don't become Commodores.
I think she was another Constitution class ship as well.
Yeah.
They look the same.
Very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like, TOS tells me all Commodores are incompetent.
Yes. Yeah.
The only Commodore I've ever seen that wasn't incompetent was Geordi, and I don't know why they gave him that title. He's not incompetent.
All the admirals and all the Commodores.
Yeah.
If somebody comes from outside the ship, they're a bad time.
Yeah, it's generally, I always figured it was like, you're the son of an admiral. They're going to promote you to this managerial spot that you are going to horribly manage.
Mm-hmm.
They have to go back to Rigel 7, which Pike and them have some history because they fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not the first time they broke the Prime Directive, but they fucked it up this time.
Mm-hmm. And I think this whole debacle, the 3 killed in action on the, I think that was mentioned in The Cage. I think this is another bit from The Cage, yeah.
We were ambushed. We lost 3 people. Had to get to Vega Colony before Spock's injuries made it 4.
So, why go back now?
Scans can't penetrate Rigel 7's atmosphere. Part of why we went in underprepared last time.
The Delta in the garden.
Yeah, very well done.
Like, who goes outside and remembers how to garden?
These guys do.
Yeah, and they put it on the gate. I was like, this is just cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work went into that.
Yeah.
Those are industrious people.
Yeah, they get down, and Lalonde starts losing time and memory. It's pretty good though if you can go a 6-hour walk and nobody talked to you. Like, nobody checked in with you.
Well, I don't know. Was she just zombie mode that whole time, or did she just forget whatever it was she was doing at that point?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even feel the effects of walking for 6 hours.
Fast travel.
Yeah. They're in full disguise. They got telescopes instead of tricorders, and
Yeah, maybe they should have brought a tricorder.
yeah. They get to the gate and they see, oh shit, we could have brought all our shit. They already have phasers and phaser rifles.
Yeah.
I'm a long way from Yeoman.
Your men with phaser rifles probably helped.
We're here now. We can fix whatever mistakes we made.
It's a little late for that.
Inside, they run into a former crewmate who's supposed to be dead. I liked him a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, he was like powerful and all this, but then when it got to the end, he's like, nah, you're just a shitty little ensign.
Well, he was a yeoman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was just like, your stupid idiot friend's gonna die. I take it all back.
Like,
I'm sorry.
What really put him down for me was Pike just picking up a dinner tray and blocking phaser fire that he was loosely holding.
They're pretty primitive phasers, I guess. Yeah.
Like, it's just like slightly tilted. Like, he didn't have a good grasp of it, but it's just, he was not concerned at all.
No.
And he didn't have his memories at the time. He was just
it
like,
just felt right.
It just feels like you were a whip.
Bar the doors, it's just you and me!
You aren't supposed to be here!
Well, I am.
They did kind of jump that scene. It's like he just appeared in the throne room. It's just like, yeah, I've already dealt with everything. It's just you and me now.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, I had a feeling they were gonna have to rush the ending. Like, we didn't get any resolution on the Enterprise. They were just back.
Pilot's personal log, stardate 1632.2. As soon as we cleared the debris field, our memories came back. Turns out those unknown elements Spock found in the asteroids were causing all the problems.
That's how it worked for them. Like, we already saw that's kind of how it worked in the Palace, so I guess we don't need to do that again for the Enterprise.
Yeah, well, you could have had a few weird, sticky situations. And eventually they got to get to the good old TOS days where they're sitting on the bridge and somebody says something and it's like, ha 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 ha. End every episode with a laugh.
Yeah.
Yeoman, he puts Pike and crew outside in a cage. I was like, what happened to the cold weather? That's really bad. That's gonna kill people. They sleep outside. They lose their memories. They meet a helpful guy who's really good at losing his memory. And then they go and they do some mining on a rock in the open.
Yeah, I did sort of like the idea of this society, like the Memento Society, and how the Field Kalar sort of have their traditions and their notes and their totems and what keeps them going throughout the day.
What was the third color?
What's the third color? There was green and blue.
Yeah, and
Violet skies?
I don't know. What do they do?
I don't know.
Other than sit there and complain. I guess she was chipping away at rocks, so she must have been wearing the same color as Pike.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, rock's there. Who brought the wood over so he could hang out with him and then cut wood?
Yeah, I guess so. Everybody they only had the 2 guards, so I guess they want everybody together.
They had more, but then the other guards just randomly left for some reason. Everything was kind of weirdly choreographed. Like, Pike's fighting that one dude for a while there, and then like once he's beat that dude, then the other dude gets involved. And
Yeah.
it's like, you were standing right there.
That's classic TOS, though.
Yeah.
Everybody form an orderly line so Kirk can beat you up. This was also like the most. It was pretty obvious that they were using like I forget what they call it, but it's the same thing in The Mandalorian. Like just the whole wall.
The CGI screen.
Yeah, the small CGI screen stuff. That was pretty obvious on the, especially on their way toward to the tower or whatever.
Yeah, but do you prefer that, or do you just want constant purple skies?
Matte paintings.
Or styrofoam rock backgrounds?
Yeah, styrofoam.
Or we'll just go to that same desert.
Yep.
And use that same Velasquez rock.
Yeah.
Long gets a little hurt. I'm calling everything in this. I'm just like, oh yeah, he's gonna remember how to be a doctor, and he's like, put pressure on that.
Well, we already established he can do basic doctor things.
Yeah. Must put Band-Aid on cut. I'm just like, my go-to has always been cauterize. You gotta cauterize it. Might get infected, you got a sliver, pull it out, cauterize. I scare people when I was a first aid attendant, Chris. Pull out the lighter and be like, we can fix this now, or they drag her back to the tent. We see the totem pole. The dude's just like, I don't want to remember shit. Shit is bad.
Yeah.
And they're just like, we must remember stuff. It is like, I wasn't gonna like kind of time the memory stuff, because this is like sometimes he would remember stuff and sometimes be like, you know, you were constantly forgetting and now you're not.
Mm-hmm.
But they make it back to the palace and Pike does all that. I laughed so much at him just beating the shit out of you.
That was actually kind of great. Just
you will tell me.
Yeah, I'm completely unrestrained, Pike.
Yeah.
Stop laughing. You fell for that lame totem story. I just want her memories.
I guess that's what I am underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Without your memories, you're not a better person.
Mm-hmm.
Which maybe that inlines with why they were savages the first time around. They're just a violent culture.
Mm-hmm.
So because
I think they still had they still had their palace or whatever that had been there for a while. That wasn't new.
Yeah, but like they were just saying that in the first mission that there was a rather violent culture and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it just the one palace that seems to be built to withhold that? And it's
There
like that was all they had.
There could be more.
There was a little tent thing and that was about it. That was all I saw.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a civilization. You have not affected the world.
Yeah.
That is a camping trip.
Yeah, I don't know what the range on that radiation's supposed to be or what.
Yeah, so I guess they removed that rock and that solved that.
Mm-hmm.
On the ship, everybody's losing memories. Travel did pretty good for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then Una, genetically modified for what?
Yeah, didn't help her much.
Spock, you know, he's all like, oh yeah, emotions help you remember. He didn't say that, but he doesn't use emotions, so.
No. He kind of believed Ortegas at the end.
Yeah, apparently that felt right.
Mm-hmm.
It would be wise to avoid that.
No time. Gotta thread the needle. Hang on.
Ortega, I don't know. Some of those scenes dragged on for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I laughed. She wanted to go on the away mission. She was all excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
Even had the hat.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, only you can fly this ship. And then Una's like, oh, you go take her, I can fly the ship.
Yeah, that's like, what? Why am I here?
She lost out on the mission. All for that.
And if she'd had her hat, she could have kept her memories.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's what they said.
They were saying helmet.
Yeah.
The hats
were supreme.
Yes. Yes, they were, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. What do you have for breakfast today, Chris?
Oatmeal.
Is that because you have it every day?
Yeah.
Fucking weird, Uhura. I mean, it's the future. There are other planets.
There's all kinds of space oatmeal.
Why can't she be adventurous and try Vulcan teas and all this other stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Just happy with her coffee, croissants, and oatmeal.
It is pretty plain, isn't it?
I need to run a complete neurological analysis. I've never seen anything like this. Synaptic degradation in frontal, parietal, and temporal lobes.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts? It was... We've been doing a lot of fun and exciting stuff, and especially the last episode with all the time travel and the Kirk and the Toronto and the wackiness.
Did we time travel, or did we just watch a show about Toronto? I don't know.
That might have just been a documentary about Toronto. That's what it's like over there.
And the bridge that will one day be built and blow up.
Yes. And I certainly don't think this was a bad episode, but it was just pretty standard fare Star Trek. And I'm happy that standard fare Star Trek is back on TV.
Yeah.
I liked it. I don't know if this is going to stand out too much against the whole of season 2 when it's done. But yeah, I guess that's sort of where I'm at on this one.
Yeah, I think I was just in a weird mood watching it because I laughed at it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I called out a lot. It was a little predictable, I'd say.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I mean, even adult in the garden. Ha! Made me laugh.
It sort of reminded me of the Star Trek Prodigy episode. Where they did kind of the same thing. The planet got influenced by the Galileo or whatever. Of course, that was played for a lot more laughs, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, overall, enjoyed it. Decent episode, but yeah, we'll see if anybody remembers it. After the ringing in their ears.
Maybe never.
Well, guys, as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.